Look how green this place has gotten. I mean, I know I've said that before, but damn. I mean, I was here, what, like 3 weeks ago to do the Dreams video? And at that point, it looked like this. And now look at this. It's ridiculous. I mean, it used to be like a little easy 5-minute walk from my house. Now I have to go on like a freaking safari, like cutting down branches with a machete. Anyway, one thing I don't get is the Pledge of Allegiance. And yes, I know what the Pledge of Allegiance is. That's not what I meant. What I don't get is why do we have to say it every single day when we're in school? I mean, like, we're pledging our support to the country. Why do we have to say that every single day? Like, what did it expire? Why does it need to be renewed every single day? I mean, are we just that insecure about our children hating America that we have to pound it into their head every single day when they're growing up? I mean, I don't sign my cell phone contract every single day. I only got baptized once. It's not like I do that every single day. It's just one and done. You're good. So why do we have to say the pledge every single day in school? I mean, I'm graduated now, and I mean, and I don't mind saying it. I mean, I love our country, but it's just something that's always struck me as funny. Now my phone's ringing. Or is this... Hello? A pen? No, I don't. I'm sorry. Alright, sorry. I'm in the forest right now, vlogging, actually. You're actually being filmed right now. Yeah, no, it's being filmed right now. I might throw this in. If you want, I mean, I don't have to. Okay, Cal says hi. Yeah, this is going to be Saturday's video. So. Okay. Okay, I'll try to live up to your expectations. See you, man. Another thing I find hilarious is that when people say stuff like NASCAR and golf is a sport, which it's not. That's hilarious though, because when I watch people play golf, I see them drinking, and I'm thinking, if you can drink while playing said sport, it's not a sport. I mean, you don't see like a tennis player chugging a beer right before he serves, and you don't see a kicker in football with a martini in hand lining up a field goal. And also, when I see people golfing, I see them driving little carts around. I'm sorry, but if you can't even walk from hole to hole, you have to take a cart there, it's not a sport. Walking from hole to hole is the most physically challenging part of golf. And if you get to drive during the most physically challenging part, then it is not a sport. And the same thing goes with NASCAR. The driver is sitting down for the entire race. If it's just 2 hours of you sitting down, I mean, it's not a sport. If the person watching at home on TV is getting the same amount of work out of it as the actual person participating in said sport, it's not a sport. I love it when I travel. I'm going on a trip to San Antonio pretty soon with my church's youth group. You guys may have seen that on the Buffalo Wild Wings fundraiser commercial that I posted. And if you live in the Omaha area and you would like to participate in that and help us, that'd be really appreciated. For more info, go check out that video, but I'm not here to advertise. And what I find hilarious is when I'm walking through an airport and I see like a luggage store that sells luggage, like suitcases. I'm looking around like, I don't see anyone in dire need of a suitcase. You don't see anyone walking around like, oh shit, wish I had something to carry all this in. Shit, maybe something with a handle and closes and has wheels. Ooh, wheels, that'd be nice. What else I find hilarious is when you're walking through the metal detectors and the buzzer goes off. Like, isn't that the scariest feeling ever? You're like giving yourself the quick pat down. You're like, oh geez, what could it be? It's my case. It's the case. It's the case. Chill out, people. It's just the case. I'm not armed. I'm not armed. Well, maybe it's the coins. I also changed. Just chill out. You have that. Maybe you don't vocalize it like that, but you have that miniature panic attack. And for me, it's because I have this vision of like getting tackled by all the TSA agents, and all of a sudden I have a 9mm in my face. Oh, jeez. I'm just trying to go to Orlando. I'm sorry. But security isn't the worst part of going on vacation, of traveling. The worst part for me, anyway, is when the flight attendant comes down the aisles and they ask you what you want to drink. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take like a Coke or something. So they take the little tiny glasses out and they fill it to the brim with ice and they pour you some liquid. And like it's literally like a sip's worth because they have so much freaking ice in it. And some airports are nice enough, some airlines are nice enough to give you the can so you can pour it and keep drinking it until the can's empty. But most of them will take the can away. Like they pour you like a sip's worth and then they take the can away. I'm like, what are you doing? Is that can supposed to last like the entire airline? Like, is that can for everyone to share? And what's worse is when they throw it away in front of you. They'll pour you it and then they like throw the rest of it, like all 90% of it, in the bag and they just walk away, and I'm just left sitting there just like, oh! It's traumatizing. All right, and I want to conclude this video with a little story, a story I wanted to share. It's not quite long enough to warrant its own video, so I'm just gonna throw it in with this one. And it happened about a few weeks ago, and I woke up in the middle of the night, it was about 2 a.m., and my shoulders were on fire. It was ridiculous, and I don't know why. I couldn't figure it out. I was very confused. I was tired. It was 2 a.m. My shoulders were burning, and I decided to wait it out. And I waited like 20 minutes, and it didn't go away. And it was such a bad burning sensation that you just couldn't ignore it and go to bed. So I got up and I went to the fridge and I tore it open. The freezer, actually, more specifically, not the fridge. And I tore it open looking for ice packs, and I didn't find any. And the only option available to me were 2 bags of frozen vegetables. And so I took those, and one of them was half opened and had a like twist tie around it. But whatever, it still worked, and I put it against my shoulders, and the relief was amazing. And then I go to bed and I lay down with both of the bags on my shoulders, and like it just feels so good, and I fall asleep that way. And I wake up the next morning, and I wake up just covered in like peas and carrots and just an assortment of vegetables, just like, oh, shifts, what happened last night? And the worst part was like spending 30 minutes just picking them out of my clothes, out of the sheets, out from underneath the bed, on the floor. And as I was picking them up, I actually considered putting them back in the bag. In fact, that's what I did do, which is disgusting because they had like particles of dirt and like cat hairs on them. And I put them back in the bag, and I'm just like, oh yeah. And I ended up throwing them all away. It could have been a lot worse. My dad could have walked in on me because he's usually up earlier than I am, and he could have walked into my room and just seen that, and that just would have been really awkward to explain.
Chef. Oh, what happened last night?
Hey Jason, I was wondering if you could... Don't even want to know. But anyway, that concludes Random Thoughts 2. I might do more of these Random Thoughts videos. I kind of like them because I just basically take all the ideas I have for rants that aren't quite long enough to warrant their own video, and I just shove them together into one video. And I like that. It's fun. It's easy. And the first Random Thoughts video didn't get a lot of views, but I've had a lot of people who did see it come up to me and said that they loved it, thought it was hilarious. So I think might end up doing more of these in the future. If you haven't seen the first Random Thoughts video, go watch it. I think it's great. Everyone else who has seen it told me it's great, and it does need more views. It deserves more views for what it is. So yeah, and next week the video will not be released on Saturday. It will be released on Sunday. I have a special video planned for next week, and it will be released on Sunday, not Saturday, and you'll see why when you see the video. And I think it's gonna be a really special video, and I'd really appreciate it if you guys come check it out. It's gonna be a special video. So have a good day, and see you later. Yeah, I'm really bad at endings.